Okay, for today's project, we're going to use this wreath form, and I'm going to start with this roll of black felt that I got at Dollar Tree, and I also got the wreath form from there as well. I believe almost everything is from Dollar Tree except for the mesh that I used, but Dollar Tree does carry mesh, so you could technically do this whole project from Dollar Tree items. As you can see, I laid out the felt on the upper part of the hat, and then I hot glued the felt on there on both ends. Does not have to be perfect because we are going to cover this up. And then I just tucked that in. I used my little spatula. Okay, so for this part, I'm using this mesh from Dollar Tree, and it has like spider webs on it. It's really pretty. It's got purple spider webs on it. At first, I was going to try to glue this, as you can see here, but that did not work out. I started gluing the mesh at the top, but clearly, right away, I realized this was not going to work, wrapping it around. I'm sorry I'm out of frame there, but yeah, I was trying to wrap this around, and no matter what I did, I was fussing around with it. It just wasn't working out. So I realized that that was not going to work. So I then took the mesh and I just tied it around, really tightly around the hat form, and did like a double knot, and then I did that all the way down, and I found that that was the easiest. The top piece is glued down, but be very careful. I did burn myself pretty badly trying to glue this mesh. Even though I had like my little tool and everything, I still ended up burning myself. So be very careful if you decide to go that route. Honestly, tying it is the best way. You can tuck those in later. There are middle supports there that you can tuck them into, so it's not a big deal. And that's what I ended up doing. Okay, here it is all covered up with that beautiful mesh. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. And now we have to go on to the next step. I will say there is a lot of fallout on this glitter. So if you do not like glitter, you will not like this mesh that I used. Next, I wanted to take these and I just cut off the ring from the legs, and I'm just gonna tie a knot at the bottom. Honestly, I wish I had stuffed the legs, and I may change this later on next year or something, but for now, this is good. Now, I got this mesh from Amazon. Dollar Tree does sell mesh, and I used this entire roll, and what I did for this was I measured 24-inch strips, and I ended up using them all. I made about 14 of these out of this roll. I did get this through Amazon. I will try to link it if I can. But if not, Dollar Tree does sell mesh. It's just not as wide. Hobby Lobby also does too. So either way, I was just lazy and decided to just order it from Amazon. But I did use the entire roll, which is a good thing because honestly, this stuff was interesting to work with. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world. It kept rolling up on me and getting stuck together, and there was just a lot to deal with on this. And in the end, I'm just glad I tried it because I never worked with this stuff before. It was something different. So then I cut these, this from the ring. I wanted to separate the legs. I'm going to use the ring as a hanger. So I don't want to ruin it or break it. So I'm just cutting it trying to separate it from the ring. So once I do that, I'm going to move on to the next step, which is tying the legs onto the wreath form. And I'm going to do that where the bar is. I'm showing you that they're still sewn together. That's why I cut it the way that I did. But I will say, honestly, I wish I had stuffed the legs and just attached them differently. And I'm cutting some of the mesh because I don't really need that. That's just going to get in the way, I think. But quite honestly, yeah, I do wish I had stuffed the legs because they are a bit flimsy. But, you know, I probably will fix this up next year. I just wanted to make the wreath really quickly and have it ready in time for Halloween. I know some of you may not be able to make this if you don't have these items, but it is something that you could probably plan to make for next year if you were able to find the items. Next, I took some pipe cleaners and I just cut them in half. And then I'm taking the mesh that I cut into strips and just kind of scrunched them together in like a bow and then twisted the ties really tightly on them. I did make about 14. I think I said that earlier. And I'm putting like 4 in the middle here. And then I kind of spaced them evenly throughout. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like there could be more mesh on here and make it fuller. I might do that. I have some mesh, some of the smaller mesh from Dollar Tree, and I may do that next time. But for right now, I just did the 14 pieces and I just kind of spaced them out. And I filled in here and there where I thought it needed it, and no rhyme or reason, just kind of make it full. Okay, so now I'm adding the ring, and I'm just doing that by putting a zip tie through one of the support pieces. And then I just attach it that way. The ring works perfectly. I'm very happy with that part of it. I feel like that was the only part of this project that went smoothly. But yeah, then I cut that, and then I'm going to tuck in like all of the mesh that's kind of sticking out. That's kind of the beauty of this project, is that these pieces can just tuck right into the metal bars, and it worked pretty great. I didn't have to do any gluing or anything for that part anyways. Okay, finally, I'm just adding some more mesh pieces. Like I said, the total of 14. And then you will finally see the finished product. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a comment, a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. I really enjoyed making this, even though it did give me a little bit of trouble. But I will see you next time. Bye, guys.